Okay, we are going to look at this this other ALEKS topic, which is question 3 on the golden ticket for you guys today. If you're just looking at this as a general resource for this video, I hope this is helpful. So this topic, it looks a lot more intimidating than it is. There's a lot of writing and a lot of it looks like, oh wow, that's a lot going on in A and B there, but it's really not. So let's just kind of break this down. So what we're doing is we're starting with this shape, this DEF right down here, right? It looks like a triangle, and then it moves. It is translated, right? So it's a rigid translation where it doesn't spin, it doesn't flip or anything. It stays in its orientation. The size doesn't change, right? We call that a rigid transformation. So it has a rigid transformation over here, so that D started here and it winds up here. E started here and then E prime is where it winds up, is right there. F starts here and then F prime is right there. Okay, and I apologize, some of these circles, you can't see them that well. But all you got to do for this first part, for letter A, is just put it in the new coordinates, right? So it says that D, right, which is right here, and it was originally -4, right, which is your x coordinate. And then your y coordinate is -5. Okay, so now they're saying, where is it now? Well, it's right here, and all you got to do is just put its coordinates, right? So my x coordinate is, I'm going to start from my origin and I'm going to go over, and I'm assuming you have a hard time reading points here, and if you don't, then bear with me. So we go over till we're lined up this way with our x. So you go 1, 2, 3. So it goes over 3 units to get up to here. So that's going to be 3. And then my y coordinate is how far up am I going from the x-axis to get to where my y is. So y is 0 here, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and that puts me even with where it is. So it is the point 3, 4. All right. E starts at -7, -4, so right here, and it winds up here. Well, my x coordinate for that, because it's right on the y-axis, is 0. Okay, because that would be 0 is right here if you read the lettering right there, or the numbering, and then 0 is right there, and then it goes up 4 to get to that. Actually, it doesn't go up 4, it goes up 5. So my y coordinate would be 5. Okay, so it goes up, so it's 5 higher than it was here. All right, and then my last one, we're going from here to over here. So this point, my x coordinate that lines up with it right here is -1. And then my y coordinate, so how high is it? Well, it's up here even with 8. All right, now what we want to do is we want to figure out what kind of a rule do we got going on here to go from this to this, what's happening. And so the way it works is if they write any kind of a rule, right, it's basically, what are you doing to the original coordinate to get to the next coordinate? So let's look at what's happening here. Well, to get from -4 to +3, if we just look at it on the line here, to go from -4 all the way over to +3, that would be moving to the right 7 units. So let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Puts you right at 3. So I'm moving to the right 7 units. And if you think of a number line, when you're moving to the right, you're adding. When you move to the left, you're subtracting, right? So it's going to be x plus 7. So it's going to be either this one right here. Well, it kind of almost has to be this one. So let's see how our y's work out here. So we're going from -5 to 4. So we're going from here up to here. So if I start here, to get from -5 to 0 is 5 units, and then to get from 0 up to 4 is 4 units. So that's a total of 9 units. So it would be this one right here would be the rule. Okay, the thing is, you're not multiplying it, right? So it can't be this one. This one is switched around, right? Remember, your x coordinates are your left or right direction. Your y coordinates are your up and down. This is, again, they're writing it, you know, you can't write these as multiplication, so it's not this one, it's not this one. Excuse me, this one they're subtracting, which means that you would actually be going to the left and then down 9. So that would actually put that one like down here somewhere if we did that. All right, this one has it reversed and wrong like that one, and then this one there's more multiplication going on. So it has to be this one right here. All right, let's try one more really quick. All right, so they're going to show us this in a second. So this time it looks like we're going over to the right and we're going down. So I know that my X translation is going to be adding and my Y translation is going to be subtracting. Okay, so let's just see how much. See if we can figure this out. All right, so let's start with X. All right, X starts at -3 and it goes all the way over to 5. Well, think of how big of a change is that, right? So anyway, my X coordinate for my X prime is 5. It's +5 because it's to the right of the Y axis. And then it's below the X axis, so my Y coordinate is going to be negative. It's going to be -5 for my Y coordinate. All right, Y starts at -8, all right, and winds up, it looks like here we're at 0 for my X coordinate. Okay, and then my Y coordinate is I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units down. So 6. All right, and then Z, you're over here, right? -7, you're going over to 1. So 1 is positive because we are to the right of the or the Y axis. So +1, and then we're going from 4, and it looks like we're going down to -3. So now let's look at the rule. What's happening here? Well, it looks like every time we moved over to the right, we were moving over 8 spaces, right? To go from -3 to 5, well, to go from -3 to 0 would be 3 units. And then from 0 to 5 would be another 5 units. So that's 3 plus 5 is 8, right? And then to go from 2 down to -5 would mean 2 units would take you to 0. And then to go another 5 units to get to -5. You see how I'm kind of breaking it up and decomposing it wherever 0 is, right? So that's going down 7. So we're going to the right 8, and we're going down 7. So we got to think about what that looks like for signs. Well, if you're going to the right, it's positive because you're adding, right? So my X is going to be whatever X is plus 8. So it would be... the only one I see is this one. And then my Y is going to be, you're going to take whatever you do to Y, and it looks like you go down 7. Well, going down in terms of Y would be subtracting. So it is, in fact, this one right here. So let's see if they like our answer. Try again. What did we do wrong? All right, let's check our translations and see if we did them right. All right, so if I did this, let's see, X starts here, -3, 2, and you're going over to 5, -5, that's right. All right, let's check Y. Y is 0, -6, and Z is 1, -3. So that's right, okay? And then if we look at our rule says that we're going over 8, right? And we're going down 7. So going over 8, this one says going over 7 and going down 8. So, I wonder why it doesn't like the answer. Oh, you know what it is this one right here, this Y, it's 1. This is supposed to be -6. There we go, guys. There's my error. Yep. All right. So, again, lots of ways to mess up with these. You know, it's good to check your mistakes and catch them when you make them. Don't give up. You notice I didn't give up. I looked at it, and even though I checked it the second time and I still thought it was right, I was just missing that minus sign, and then all of a sudden it jumped out at me. So got to just take your time and look through these things. Okay, guys, I hope this helps you with this topic.